It's been a while since we discussed the upcoming Ghost Recon Wildlands game, but it's definitely something that's been on my radar since it was unveiled last year at E3. And yesterday, Ubisoft dropped another trailer for the game, full of cinematic shots of the Ghost taking part in various missions around the Bolivian high plains. For those who aren't aware or don't even know that this game exists, I'll briefly recap for you. Ghost Recon Wildlands is a co-op, third-person shooter with first-person elements thrown in there, and it's set in Bolivia, where the country is being run by a corrupt government, the puppet for the drug cartel called Santa Blanca. It's your job, along with your friends or AI, to infiltrate the cartel and take them down, restoring the power to the rightful controllers in the process. The new trailer in general focuses heavily on the locations that you'll be getting to explore and conquer in the storyline campaign. Some of the ones that we knew about already are the large rolling deserts, we've got the salt flats, the forested and jungle areas, and of course the high plains. Now if we add to that the mountainous regions covered in snow, glaciers and freezing fog, all the way across to the volcanic areas as well, it really seems like Wildlands is going to cover a massive scope of locations, and hopefully this means the gameplay will vary a lot as well, keeping it fresh all the way through the story. So for example, going in on foot through the jungle is probably a good shout considering all the trees, grasses and bushes that will be concealing your presence, but when you're hiking up the side of a mountain on your way to storm a base, you're going to be very exposed against that rock, so perhaps calling in an aerial paradrop might be the better way to go. Just confirmed to us yesterday along with the trailer, there will be different weather effects in the game as well, changing up the environment even more, and these might even affect the way that you choose to approach a situation. I mentioned the freezing fog up in the snowy mountains, maybe we'll see torrential rainstorms in the jungle and even like dust storms out in the desert. That would be really cool. I mentioned in a previous video actually that the development team travelled to Bolivia and stayed with the Bolivian army for a few weeks to try and get some first-hand contact with the drug war that's going on in the country, and it gave them a good scope of the environments that they could include in the game as well. Let's hope they're as authentic as what's being shown off in the trailer footage. Now, one thing that I'm really interested in for Wildlands is the traversal of the map. Of course, you can just run around as a ghost soldier if you want to, but according to Ubisoft, this is one of their biggest open world games yet, and I thought Far Cry 4 was a big game. But apparently here, it's going to be just as big, so you don't want to be walking around all the time. How do you get around this map? Well, we know from previous information drops that helicopters would be making an appearance, but it was inevitable that more vehicles would be included. So we've got dune buggies, where one member of the squad can ride up top and control a Gatling gun. There are going to be dirt bikes, jeeps, a bloody APC tank, patrol boats, and trucks. And I'm sure there will be many more as well. That's what has been confirmed by the trailer yesterday. The art style of this game, this harsh, dry landscape, even reminds me a little bit of Far Cry 4, and that was one of my favourite games, so I really do have high hopes for Wildlands. In a separate trailer though, the developers hinted that there's an extensive railway network in the game that will loop around the map, but it's fallen out of favour, so it's basically inactive, and I think this could provide you with like a direct highway to get from place to place a little bit quicker. And while it's not officially a vehicle, in the trailer we do see one of the ghosts firing up a personal drone to scout out a location in the dead of night. Looks like we won't just be using sniper scopes and binoculars to get our intel. As the developers have said, there are lots of different ways that you can infiltrate and neutralize these outposts. Just very quickly, this shot right here. That's the leader of the Santa Blanca drug cartel. He's pulling all the strings from high above, but there are several layers of henchmen underneath him that you'll need to eliminate before getting the chance to take this guy down. He is your ultimate prize. The game will obviously focus on you doing your best to reclaim the land from the drug cartel, but the game is open world, so there is no set route for you to take, and if you want, you can just go off exploring the landscape on your own. The AI will follow you wherever you go, and if your buddies are logged in and gaming with you, you can all split up and meet back again later. I'm almost certain we'll be seeing more of Ghost Recon Wildlands in just a few weeks, as E3 is only just round the corner now. This trailer has got me excited again for the game. I can't wait to see more. Maybe we'll get to see some proper gameplay this time at E3. Fingers crossed. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited for Ghost Recon Wildlands, and if you're going to pick it up. I certainly am. And while you're down there, drop me a like as well. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.